have a Reggaemylitis.
Does the current form of dancehall, we notice, I wouldn't want to say a deviation, but say an evolution of dancehall music from the hardcore drum and bass beat to the drums, where we have a more of what them call trap now. Does that have a wide appeal to people overseas?
As you say, it's an evolution of the music. So it's evolving because there's a segment coming up that enjoys it. So just as how those entertainers enjoy it, there's audience that enjoys it as well. So I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Different generations will have different sounds, and you have what you like. I mean, you might listen to something that your pops might like, but and you might be like, this why you like that.
But people, it's almost as if they say it don't sound authentically Jamaican. The Jamaicanness out of the music is gone, and it's too close to other genres, because that's what make people overseas gravitate towards Jamaican music, because ska is still big in Europe. Richie Steven perform on a lot of ska shows in Europe. So what about that idea of it not being totally authentic Jamaican music?
I understand the conversation, but on the other side, you have other artists who are doing that sound. So why, and especially now with social media and the world is way smaller and there's way more access to content and whatever, doing a different variation of the sound probably gets you a little bit more attention or a little bit more, okay, what's that? Instead of just saying, okay, everybody sounds the same thing over there, same, like, oh, what's that? Okay, that sounds a little different. Fine if it's not authentically Jamaican, but it's still dancehall. It's still the culture. They still portray the culture in the lyrics, in the visuals and everything. So personally, I like the sound. I like it. So I can vibe to it. I'm like, I have no problem with it. It is what it is. There's a time and place for everything.
So is it more club music, this type of music?
Definitely. Definitely.
So
club music is actually a good scene to be in, because especially with doing shows, when you're going to do club shows, what kind of music you want? Club music. So a promoter be like, okay, yeah man, the people gonna like this, because they're gonna rave to this, them gonna whatever. That might make them buy some more liquor, whatever. That's what they want.
But you have some staple dancehall rhythms still, where still around the club scene in America and Europe, like the Duale rhythm and.
I mean, those are classics and classics. It's like if you put on a Biggie or Tupac, people gonna still love it, and that's what happens. People love that, and they'll forever love that. When me and you are dead and gone, they're probably still gonna love it.
Yeah, and that are the fear of me have now. With the current dancehall. I understand the evolution.
That there won't be a staple sound
you're not going to have the staple sound there. You understand? Like how from the 90s you have the breakout rhythm and the showtime rhythm.
Well, that is difficult to say, because fine, I understand that those are authentic dancehall rhythms and they're going to last the test of time. But who are we to say that some of these rhythms won't last the test of time?
Yeah, but we can hardly remember a rhythm from 2-3 years ago. We say, all right,
and you probably don't remember it because they changed the style with the juggling. Because they used to have juggling. So you probably remember a rhythm because when the rhythm did play, it played for 15 minutes.
Right. I have so many different artists.
Songs on it. So that's probably why you even remember the rhythm.
And then
versus now, it's not as much songs and a rhythm and whatever. Just the other day, I think Jordan them was trying to encourage people to do more juggling and stuff. So you might remember rhythm cut, and that is the real difference. It's not actually the quality of the rhythm. It's the airplay time and the songs and everything.
And that brings me to the next point. There is a segregation in dancehall like we have never seen before. Because why we used to have juggling rhythms? Because even two artists were clash. For example, a Beenie and Bounty, Movado Vibes Cartel. Them are clash on the same rhythm, right? We now get that again in dancehall. Two artists are clash. And then one depend on a ABC rhythm and one depend on a 1-2-3 rhythm. Right.
And that's just because of, I guess that's more to do with just loyalty to camps and everything. But I disagree with you when you said there's a separation in that. So I think nowadays all the artists them are very much support. I've never seen so much supportiveness of. I've seen artists reposting other artists' songs and repost other artists' video and this and big up that, and I'm like, and maybe because I'm paying attention, maybe because social media has brought everything more to your attention, it's more in your face, but I think that there's way more togetherness and familyness in dancehall now. Might not come across in the jugglings and the whatever. People might still not too like somebody whatever and say, I'm not go up on that rhythm because of whoever, and then producers and stuff. But that's more behind the scenes stuff. But definitely what they're showing in, I mean, I've seen, you see Popcorn Camp, Rate, whoever camp, and you see this camp and that, and you see all of them together and vibing, and I'm like, yo, I think there's a very much togetherness in dancehall.
All right. So you think that the...
Recently, even in the States, Dexter Daps had a show, and you see Conscience come out and you see the two of them vibing and singing and whatever, and in theory the two of them are direct competitors with each other based on the
type of
music style and whatever, and the two of them
represent the ladies.
Exactly, and you would expect that to be a rift of, okay, it's me against you, but not the two of them out there, whatever. Dexter out there singing Conscience songs, Conscience out there singing Dexter songs, remixing each other's songs and stuff on social media, of course. So I think there's a good little family synergy that's going on right now. I think there's a lot of love in dancehall right now, actually.
Well, I hope that love that you speak of can translate into the juggling phenomenon again, because in dancehall music especially it is important.
Definitely.
Maybe on a local level and not so much international.
Definitely on a local level.
Right, so that the heart of dancehall is missing regarding that. But with the new sound now, they talk about making that transition, that crossover. You think it's easier for these local artists now, based on the sound, to break internationally, because I think Shenseea is in line to become a global sensation. So you feel that sound caters to that?
I think, I don't know if I want to credit it to the sound, but I just think it's just the overall, it's a new time and space, and you can promote yourself more, and you can build up your fan base, and you can think Spice is doing a phenomenal job building up her fan base. If you want to talk about somebody who is highly in demand, Spice is high in demand everywhere in the world, right, as an entertainer. It's just about building your fan base. I don't think it's necessarily credited to a specific, because we're doing a new sound, we can break more. If we're doing the authentic sound, we'd have broken already. I just think it's how you market yourself right now in this market and build up your fan base here and get that loyalty. And then from you putting out consistent and quality content, it's easy to get people to look.
All right. COVID-19, we don't know when it will end, but it will end.
Yes.
How do you see music after COVID-19?
Music from a point of shows?
Shows,
entertainment?
right.
Okay. I definitely think we will not see any real shows until probably 2022. And I think with that, what will come is different set of rules, definitely, that govern everything. But I think the biggest rule will be vaccination, of course.
Right.
Which is very controversial, because you have different artist groups who are against it. You have some who are not against it. But I definitely, my personal opinion is that it will become a staple of travel and a staple of gathering at events and stuff. You've seen other places implement vaccine passports right now and are testing it out. I think that will actually become a thing. That you would need that to get a second visa. You need that to get into concert halls. You need that to buy a ticket online. You need to show something to just even purchase a ticket online. And I definitely think the entertainers themselves and their teams will also need to have it. And that's just where I see it. And I don't say anything. I mean, right now everyone's still watching and waiting. I say summer 2022 before everything is kind of open back on. And maybe towards the end of 2021, they might start doing some trial stuff, some venues with, like, if a venue could hold 5,000 people, maybe there only 1,000 people are allowed in there or whatever, just to see how the flow and feel works and see if cases spike or don't spike. But that's the future, I see.
Do you see virtual shows even after COVID-19 surviving, given the relative success that we have seen?
I don't see virtual shows surviving for our market. Because there are aspects of virtual shows that work. For example, like there's like Dua Lipa, who does her virtual show. Her concert tickets are normally like $50 or $100. She's been doing virtual shows for like $7, and that's been selling.
Right.
Like they've made considerable bank off of that. But then again, the production level that goes into a Dua Lipa virtual show versus probably one of our virtual shows is a whole different thing. That's a movie,
right.
in comparison to our TV show. So I mean, for our market, definitely won't be a thing. I think people would want or are craving that actual interaction and feeling of the music and feeling of the experience, because the experience on a whole is what is sold. And you don't get that same experience while watching it on TV. But for other markets with other pop stars and things, I could see them still doing a 1 and 2.
Right.
Maybe not, because to be fair, they're backlogged now. So everyone's touring schedule is going to be ridiculous once this opens back.
And you have to consider also virtual shows versus pay-per-view. That's another thing you have to think about.
Well, when I was talking about virtual in a space, I was talking about paying for it. So it's the same thing like a pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
In terms of just free virtual shows, I don't see that continuing at all, especially out here. Because if shows can be kept, people want. It's better overall for everyone. Even though there are more eyes that can be seen. Technically, you get a bigger audience. You have access to a bigger audience with a virtual show than a actual show. When it's 2000.
Right. But the feel is not the same.
Yeah, but the feel is not the same, and interaction with certain things are not the same. Even from a sponsorship point of view, let's say Appleton is a sponsor. They want you to interact with their product.
Right.
You interact with the product in a venue, but you might not be interacting with it at home. You might just be watching the show.
Right, and drink some water.
Or whatever, yeah. Exactly. You don't know.
And easy. I just go in your kitchen, go grab something real quick.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's not about the immediate sale of something right now, but it's the interaction with the product that is the most needed.
Right. I'm foreseeing, well, there's actually a crave now for entertainment.
Definitely.
Because everybody locked down for how long,
Long
right?
time.
So I'm just anticipating or expecting that after COVID gone, there's going to be a big rush for entertainment.
Definitely.
And that will propel the music, I think, in terms of growing the demand, especially overseas.
I think, well, as you said, there will be more demand for people to go out and stuff. So maybe if in different markets they used to have one dance hall show on the weekend, they might have 3. And if they have 3, that means 2 other artists can work. So
Right.
yeah, there is room and negotiation to be like, yo, it can definitely propel people that who might not have been. You might have a weekend and you said, boy, I'm gonna keep one show normally used to keep. So I'm gonna book Shensia for the one show. But then you have 2 other promoters who say, yo, I can keep show too because people will come up. People go out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
On Sunday, right.
No, because
Right.
they've been locked up so long, they will do that.
But under normal circumstances before COVID, I mean, you had so many parties in Kingston
well, I mean,
in
that's
one night, especially.
that's definitely Jamaica. I was talking about
Yeah.
like in an
Okay,
overseas diaspora market, like a diaspora market, for example.
Right.
Normally only one dancehall show would keep. Because why? If you're one show keeping, then everybody gonna go to the one show, and they probably don't go out. If they go out Friday, they're not gonna go Saturday, Sunday. But with the whole lockdown and people inside for so long and just wanting and craving things, they might go out Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can 3 different promoters can 3 different shows with 3 different artists, and all of them be full.
I understand the point.
Yeah.
All right. So in terms of social media, your handle now, if people want to reach out to Kaboom Nation, what
Okay,
can
so
they-
we use 2 handles. There's Aaron _ Kaboom Nation. That's on Instagram. And we also have Kaboom _ Nation.
Okay. So then they can reach out to Aaron on that
Yeah.
Kaboom Nation as a whole. So
Yes.
no need to just try to go directly to the artist, because you're going to end up come back a Kaboom Nation.
gonna end up looking
right,
anyway.
exactly. So just do what you know is right and come to Kaboom
Unless it's your
Nation.
cousin. If it's your cousin, you can talk to them.
Sometimes family need we turn it down too,
Right.
because all right,
If it's your cousin, talk to him first, and then show him.
all right, so I could just close off now with the professionalism of
Yeah.
the artist. How professional you see the artist, you know?
In terms of working overseas
Working
and
overseas,
touring.
right.
To be fair, they are very professional, you know, and it all comes down to team and stuff. Don't get me wrong, everybody have a 1 and 2 habit that you wish they would deal with a little better.
Right.
But it's all about the team that they put around them. And what I've been noticing is that, especially now, all of the artist teams have solid shoulders and head on the shoulder kind of people around them. And we get things done. And I actually don't have any horror stories. I had a couple horror stories way back in the past,
Right.
but like definitely over the last three years, everybody's team is like very professional and they know they're about the business.
They turn up on time for shows.
Yeah, man, they
and-
turn up when they. I mean, I don't know about turn up on time.
Right.
They turn up with enough time
Right.
to get stuff done, and and in terms of money and the professionalism of the show and everything, and doing what is asked and everything, I have no horror stories.
So you book them for interviews too? Like you're going to England, so you got BBC One Extra with Shawnee B or anybody?
Definitely. What that comes along to it with depends on what the promoters want. Sometimes the promoter might have a promo run that they have scheduled. I will move them along that, or just like interviewers would reach out to us or reach out to the artist team. So what would normally happen, they reach out to the artist team because they hear that they're coming, and then from there the artist team will be like, okay, just talk to Aaron them, because we are already controlling all the logistics. So it's just better to talk to us so that we can make a plan and make sure everything flows smooth.
Okay, all right, Aaron. Mr. Kaboom himself, Kaboom Nation.
Thank you.
One of the leading consultancy and booking agency in Jamaica, giving us a breakdown of what it takes to book artists and the overall spectrum of dancehall music and its global appeal. And you heard there are several artists that are in demand, and it all depends on the event, it depends on the location and the time of year. And you know, we want to thank you again, Kaboom Nation.
Thank
Blessings.
You. Thank you.
It's a real sample man still, you know. Real you to know if you have fun. So it's not a surprise that he has a good relationship with the artist. So until next time, remember to keep it locked to Reggaemylitis for more dancehall features, interviews, giving you the latest. I am DJ Tino, if you never know. Until next time.
You have a reggae my